Hey everybody, today's a little better day. I got up and took a shower, kind of robbed me of my energy, but at the same time I was able to take a long nap afterwards and didn't wake up to a seizure, which usually I always wake up to a seizure, but feeling a lot, but trying to come up with the word here, but just mentally a little more positive today. Um, so, just been thinking about it's nice outside, and I'm excited for Trevor to be home this weekend so I can go to the beach and I just feel close to my brother when I'm there, and I love the ocean, but I think it'd be best we take a tent with us, our small little tent, and so we don't get anything on my head, because I still have cuts on my head and stitches in there, so I think it'd be best keep my head covered, and I could probably fall asleep in that tent listening to the waves, but just keeping my mind busy today between taking the nap and watching some good movies. There's a lot of good movies out right now. Right now I'm watching The Secret, Dare to Dream with Kate Holmes. And I love inspirational movies. Plus I'm a crime junkie when it comes to true stories and real life people, or real life stuff where people are fighting for their lives and they've survived through things. I find that inspirational because of my own life. But other than that, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good today. Still losing steady. Every day I get on the scale, it's a couple more pounds, and that's good because I needed to lose the weight. But at the same time I am hoping that it is because of it's a good thing that I'm losing it, because it has to do with me eating less appetite, and not what's going on the inside. So, um, still don't have a surgery date for up here, and my next surgery date anyways, but I know they stay on top of things, so I should be hearing from them anytime. I'm hoping, since today was so good, that maybe I can get up a little tomorrow. I do have a walker if I need to use it, so something to just keep near me so I don't fall over. But I can't wait for Trevor to get home. I know he'll watch this, so I love you, honey. And my kids, I love you. Gonna be 44 here on July 11th. My subscribers, I thank you. I notice I have a new one. The only thing I want for my birthday is if anybody can leave even $1 on my GoFundMe.com. I'm doing a fundraiser. I set it up myself. Trevor would have set it up for me, but I'm not ashamed to ask for help. There was a time that I was, but I know it's time in my life that I do. I tried asking help from my grandma, but my mom is in control of her as well, so I know my grandma would have helped me if it wasn't for my mom. But because I was in a pickle a few months ago, just so much on my plate. And when you have so much on your plate and you're fighting for your life, and you got seizures and everything else, it's hard to, when you've always been independent. I was a great bartender, and I I stood on my feet. I made good money. And then one day it all came down. I mean, came down quite fast because I stood on my feet for a while. I was bringing in, I mean, I made more money than my boyfriend did. It's supposed to be a secret, so sorry, Trevor. But he makes good money. I loved my job. I loved running around. I loved talking to people. And when your brain starts to go haywire, I mean, people were going to my boss like, Crystal just said this or that, and I couldn't remember anything. And when you're in a seizure, you blurt out things. You do things that are weird. You shake, and some people can't recognize what the symptoms of epilepsy are. So it's tough. And then it went from breaking down at one job and losing it. I couldn't remember. I hurt some people by saying some things and just having a mental breakdown at a hotel I worked at here. And then the next job, I felt the seizure coming on and ended up falling in front of my coworkers, who then said I was drunk. And people, they start saying, if you've got a disease, it could be, you could have cancer. I mean, or you could have anything for that matter. And, I've been on Topamax and Keppra since Topamax since my late teens, and Keppra was added to that in my early 20s. And it breaks my body down because I just recently, after I left the hospital, passed more kidney stones as well. And kidney stones is basically a monthly regularity thing for me, just like women having periods, but I'm going through menopause now. So, but, I've got good doctors, Dr. Dada, Dr. Spencer, Dr. Roslin, Dr. Lotman. I want to shout out to all of them. They have given me encouragement and strength. When a doctor holds your hand, or they explain things to you, or they talk to you, I mean, it makes things so much better when they come down to your level. And I don't have enough good things to say. I could go, even the nurses, Trevor and I got them thank you cards, and we're going to send them up there before my next surgery. But it's just, they're amazing. They're amazing people. They're there for you when you need them. And not everyone has that touch. Not everyone's able to, if you work not everyone's meant to work in a hospital. And being in the system as long as I have been, I mean, I've also had to be in a mental hospital one of those times, or a couple of those times. One time was my fault. Tried to take my own life when I was younger, and it was stupid, but I was going through a lot. I just lost my stepdad, who took his own life, and going through a custody battle with my children, and I dabbed in drugs a bit. I was being abused by their dad, and I mean, it all didn't mix well, and I had no idea I was going to lose my brother in 2016 later. My brother was one of the only people besides my little sister Tanya that visited me. And now Tanya doesn't even talk to me, and my brother is dead. He killed himself, but my brother's here. He's here with me, and my brother did what he had to do. He was miserable. He couldn't, he was reaching out for help that wasn't there, and I know what that feels like too. It's hard to reach out for help and someone tell you you're crazy or you're a piece of shit. It's tough. I mean, I'm the oldest of 8 kids on my mom's side and 2 on my dad's side, and yeah, they've all told me, except for my dad's kids. They've all told me that I'm a piece of crap, and they haven't been there. And even if one of them showed up on my porch today and needed something, when they were younger, every time someone knocked on my door in the middle of the night, I knew. I knew it was one of them needing a place or they were in trouble, and always answered it, was always there. And it's I don't want to it's just my mom drove the wedge in between us too, by the fact that she always did this thing with us that said, you talk to this one, I won't talk to you. You talk to this one, I won't talk to you. And all of us didn't get the way we are from just, we had to learn it somewhere. And I suggested counseling to one of my sisters once, and she's like, counseling is shit. No, counseling's not shit. I would have never got through life without counseling. I went through Serenity Lane. I can't even tell you how many counselors I've had, and I've been in counseling since my teens. And one of the best counselors I have here at the coast is getting ready to retire, Diane, and I'm gonna miss her. I'm gonna miss her a lot. But I've accepted it. I've accepted that she's gonna retire. She's been through a lot and has her reasons, and I have to find a new counselor. But holding all those things in and not dealing with them doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help anybody. You need to talk to someone. Right now I'm talking to you, all of you. And you have to deal with life. You have to, if you hold it all in, which there have been times that I have, it makes you hateful. I can say I have a lot of hate towards my adopted father, Matt Kegler. It's hard to see someone go on and be happy when they have hurt you and destroyed you in so many ways. And, when people say just get over it, or, well, I've tried. I tried to. It'd be easier for me to forgive my mom if she said she was sorry, and that's another thing I really don't get, is why is it so hard to say you're sorry? Why? I don't get it. I made mistakes too. I had 4 kids by the time I was 24, and I made the biggest mistake was their dad. I stayed with him, and he was a drug user, which made me curious, and I used once in a while and got, it wasn't, never while I was pregnant, but towards the end of our relationship was the worst because I was in so much pain. I learned that it could numb my pain, and basically it was just a few months, but still, I'm glad I got the help, because I don't know if I could have stopped when I was that young. But addiction runs in my family, like, terribly. It really does, and I've got some kids that struggle with it too. And when you're addicted to things, you don't care about anything else. And it's hard when it's your kids. I don't think, when someone's sick or dying, it just goes right over your head. I've learned that just myself. with my friends and kids and family. If you're using, what if something happens to me and family or kids or friends or people I know that use drugs, you know, it I'll be gone and they'll have never been able to say goodbye. And it haunts you. It haunts you that you didn't do what was right. You weren't there for them when they were there for you, but that's how addiction works. And but God, I never used to talk about God. And now I pray to God. Pray to God that He keeps me here. That He lets me hold my granddaughter. That He lets me sit down someday at the table and hold hands with my children and pray with my children and eat with my children. All of them. And my grandchildren. I've been able to see all of them, and that's something I always wanted. But they're all troubled. They're not sure what they want in life. And it's hard when you have some other person fighting against you that has also been there for your kids, that doesn't want to share them with you. And she's not part of your family, but she's family to them. And, I thank her for being there, but I just don't understand why she doesn't want to share and gives my kids that ultimatum, it's either me or her. I'm their mother. I couldn't do that to anybody. Anyways, it's been a good chat. Please subscribe to my channel. I hope you all are having a good day, enjoying the weather, and doing something happy for yourself. And like I said, my birthday's coming up, 7/11. I get a free Slurpee. Not really. I'm not a big Slurpee fan. Well, Pina Colada maybe, but I wouldn't just go out for a Slurpee. But if anybody wants to know what they can do for me, go to my GoFundMe.com. Because after this is all over with, and I get my surgery done, hopefully my last surgery, I want to be able to go somewhere I've never been before. That's my wish. And see something I've never seen before. And probably somewhere warm. And in order to do that, I gotta get a few bills paid off, and yeah. So, have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye.